many of you people are just sick and tired of continually to keep hearing the same old wicked comments over and over and over and over again? You know, while I'm sitting here doing mail from this past weekend's meeting and trying to get this information out, I'm listening to some of these YouTube videos of Rand Paul and his justification for signing over with Mitt Romney, and none of it is acceptable. I mean, you know, in other words, I got to compromise in order for me to get a seat at the table to bring a vote. Man, let me tell you folks something. Politics is a lie. I don't know how to say it any plainer than that. Him getting at the table, sitting at the table, getting a vote. Come on, look what Ron Paul. Look at Ron Paul. He spoke truthfully. His record is impeccable. It really truly is. And look what he got done. In all of his 20 plus years of being a statesman in the House, look what he got done. Zero. What makes you think that you're going to sit down at the table with a bunch of jackal, snakes, and dogs and get any more accomplished? It's the wrong message. It's the freedom movement, the liberty movement. Hey, you're all under a delusion. You cannot sit at the table with the devil and expect to compromise with him, and you're going to get anything. You ain't going to have. I told you, set apart, separate, function without them. You don't need them. The government needs you. America needs you, the people, because they can't produce anything. They only take through force and coercion. That's through taxes. No. You're going to be a sovereign, live like a sovereign, be a sovereign. Your vote don't count, never has counted. If you don't believe me, go check it out. You're not going to play this game. Who they own all the referees. They make all the rules. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Self-preservation is the message. Set apart is the message. You ain't going to make it. Pull as many Federal Reserve notes out of this system as you can in order to buy something that you can live and function on, because no matter what they say, nothing is going to change. It's business as usual. Most people say, well, Pastor, you're pretty pessimistic. Well, what has all your optimism gotten you over the years? I know one thing has helped me to get a peace of mind, a liberty and freedom. You got that right. I know one thing, the way I live, the way I preach, the way I teach, has afforded me the opportunity to owe no man nothing, has afforded me to be able to go to bed with a good, clear conscience, to wake up with a good, clear conscience, because I've offended no one. Now, hey, I may have hurt people with words, but ain't nobody bleeding by what I said, because the truth, it does penetrate and it cuts all the way down sharp to the heart like a two-edged sword. Now, I'm telling you, you people keep on. You know what's going to happen? You're going to find yourself going insane. That's what's going to happen. You're going to find yourself getting mad. You're going to find yourself and going mad and then acting out in a way that you shouldn't. Because you ain't going to change this. You don't know nothing about history. I'm mentioning it to you again. Caesar. Straight jacket. Caesar was in control of the army. The monarchies, the oligarchies, the rich folks of his time controlled the Senate. They are not about to relinquish power because they keep it all in the family. They get up and, hey, don't you ever think that they ever, for one time, mean to represent you as the people. Rand Paul, what you're doing is seeing how these people sell out. Then you get the people like us, independent news sources. You watch We Are Change, trying to interview him. He's talking on the phone, act like you don't hear the questions, totally ignoring. And I'm sitting up here laughing, saying, look at these people, representatives of the people. Then they put them on TV programs that's not going to ask him the inflammatory questions to get the comments and the remarks that we need to hear. Because, hey, why don't you just say it, man? I'm a sellout. Why don't you just say it? I'm a Republican, and I'm with the Bilderbergers. I'm with this system, and I don't care nothing about you people. You know why? Because the system is afraid of a people that are joined together in conscience, joined together in mind, joined together in spirit. But they have sent you to their public institutions, their government training camps called the public schools, and they already know how you're going to respond. They already know how you're going to react because you do not exercise independent thinking. You do not actually even think for yourselves. They have already programmed you how to think. And when you get somebody like me that know how to think for themselves as well as other people and stuff, they hate us. Don't make no mistake about it. They're watching us. And they watch every video and they listen to every single word. But Caesar said, you know what? Ain't nothing going to change unless I overthrow this thing. That's the only thing that's going to change. Because it's going to continue to keep going. And you're going to continue to keep losing hope. You're not going to get no jubilee. You're going to keep organizing in these organizations and try to do things what they call the legal, lawful right. But I'm going to tell you flat out, we hate to hear this, but history has proved out the point that there's never been a revolution that has been successful without blood being shed. And I promise you, somebody is going to suffer for this one. Somebody is. Because all they're doing right now is trying to do their best to push back the feelings and emotions. That's why they keep feeding you with government programs and egging you along, because the one thing they don't want is 360 million gun-toting Americans to actually start saying we've had enough and taking justice into their own hands. They don't want that. They don't want that. And we're watching the European debt crisis taking place over in Europe right now. We're watching Greece getting ready to defecto from the European Union. We're watching that. It's been a failure 10 years ago when Nigel Farage tried to tell them. Now you got some people are coming over, jumping on the boat. Now you got central banks amassing silver and gold while they telling you, keep investing in the stock market. Oh, the Dow Jones is up. How can the Dow Jones be up? How can the Dow Jones be up when we are in excess of over $100 trillion in debt? Oh, Pastor Dow, you don't know what you're talking about. We are only $16 trillion in debt. Yeah, I know. And George Washington was the first president too, huh? You believe that also, don't you? Huh? Ha! Unfunded liabilities, you can forget about it. Derivatives, we are way past the point of no return. And you know what's happening right now? What can we do to keep these people from going ape on us? That's what's really truly going on. I'm telling you, you better preserve yourself, because a world without rule of law is not a good world. And Caesar, he overthrew the Roman Senate, but you know what they did? Preserve their wealth. They killed Caesar. They did. And this system is not about to relinquish anything it has got. It's amazing how you can get 1% of the world to control 99% of the people. It's amazing. And you can't get the 99% of the people online for nothing. Hey, now, you can't even get them in agreement for nothing. Now, the system is so bankrupt, now you get a speeding ticket for going 2 miles over the speed limit. You know why? Because the police got quotas they have to meet. If they don't meet the quotas, they're going to lose their job, because they got to put biscuits and bread on the table too. And when it comes to putting biscuits and bread on the table or giving you the ticket, which one you think they're going to choose? So don't tell me about no justice in the land. 1 to 2 miles over the speed limit, 5 miles over the speed limit. Then you go to the same system where all of them have pledged allegiance on a war against you, the people, because the government can't produce anything. And then you get all these Christian leaders that go, separation of church and state. Well, how separate are you if you taking your sorry rear end out and voting then, if that is a so-called truth? Man, I tell you what, huh? It's sad, but it's the truth, what I'm saying. It hurts, but it's the truth, like I said. And you know what? America is done for. You had better go out and buy some food. It's almost getting too late to buy tangible assets. You better go out and get some food. You better start making some type of preparations to preserve yourself. I don't even know if we're even going to be able to make it to GOTS this year. We're still going with game plan as usual. We're going to keep it downrange. But I promise you one thing, with the way things are going right now, the month of July is shaping up to be one hell of a month.